you start thinking about your priorities. That's what it is. Okay, what are your priorities? Okay. Thought for the day. This is called a thousand marbles. Something that someone has sent to me through the internet. Alrighty then. 1,000 marbles. A few weeks ago, I was shuffling toward the kitchen with a steaming cup of coffee in one hand and the morning paper in the other. What began as a typical Sunday morning started into one of those lessons, into a typical Saturday morning, turned into one of those lessons of life that seems to hand you from time to time. Let me tell you about it. I turned the volume up on my radio in order to listen to a Saturday morning talk show. I heard an older sounding chap with a golden voice. You know the kind. He sounded like he should be in the broadcasting business himself. He was talking about 1,000 marbles to someone called Tom. I was intrigued and I sat down to listen to what he had to say. Well, Tom, he said, it sure sounds like you're busy with your job. I'm sure they pay you well, but it's a shame you have to be away from home and your family so much. Hard to believe a young fellow should have to work 60 or 70 hours a week to make ends meet. Too bad you missed your daughter's dance recital, he continued. Well, let me tell you something, Tom, something that has helped me to keep a good perspective on my own priorities. That's when he began to explain his theory of 1,000 marbles. You see, he said, I sat down one day and did a little arithmetic. The average person lives about 75 years. I know some live more and some less, but on average, folks live about 75 years. Now then, I multiplied 75 times 2, and I came up with 3,900, which is the number of Saturdays that the average person has in their entire lifetime. Now stick with me, Tom, I'm getting to the important part. It took me until I was 55 years old to think about all this in any detail, he went on, and by that time I had lived through over 2,800 Saturdays. So I got to thinking that if I lived to be 75, I only had about 1,000 of them left to enjoy. So I went to a toy store and I bought every single marble they had. I ended up having to visit 3 toy stores to round up 1,000 marbles. I took them home, put them inside of a large clear plastic container right here in my workshop next to the radio. Every Saturday since then, I have taken one marble out and thrown it away. I found that by watching the marbles diminish, I focused more on the things that were really important in life. There's nothing like watching your time here on earth run out to help you get your priorities straight. Now let me tell you one thing before I sign off with you and I take my lovely wife out to breakfast. This morning I took the very last marble out of the container. I figure if I make it until next Saturday, then God has blessed me with a little extra time to be with my loved ones. It was nice to talk to you, Tom. I hope you spend more time with your loved ones, and I hope to meet you again someday. Have a good morning. You could have heard a pin drop when he finished. Even the show's moderator didn't have anything to say for a few moments. I guess he gave us all a lot to think about. I planned to do some work that morning, then go to the gym. Instead, I went upstairs, woke my wife with a kiss, said, come on, honey, I'm taking you and the kids to breakfast. What brought this on, she asked with a smile. Oh, nothing special, I said. It's just been a long time since we spent a Saturday together with the kids. Hey, can we stop by a toy store while we're out? I need to buy some marbles. What are your priorities? And so it is. That's the last word. God bless. We'll round up.